Let's break down the simple teachings of my friend Jeshua. Hey guys, it's John sitting here in my living room on a day that's getting slightly warmer today. It's supposed to go up to 40 today. Still some snow on the ground outside, but it's looking beautiful. It's melting. I'm starting to see grass peek through. I know we're coming up to March, so spring is on its way, and I'm getting pretty excited about seeing some nice weather and taking the doors off my Jeep and driving around that way. I wanted to hop on and talk about something that I get asked about all the time. People often ask me about my past life memories, and I'm the first to let you know that I don't have a full memory of the life of John. I have snippets and pieces and parts, and occasionally I'll get another additional to that. But for the most part, I do not have a complete memory of that lifetime. But I do have a pretty good understanding of the teachings themselves. And I wanted to hop on and talk about this because the majority of the world is based around theological teachings that came many, many years after Jeshua walked the earth. Jeshua was an amazing man who showed us a way of living, showed us a way of being, and showed us a way of tapping into our direct connection with God. But he was a man, and he was a man who was showing us our way because he had found it. He had found the way. People want to make him a Messiah. And what's interesting is the word Messiah has a theological change to it originally, because Mashiach, which is the original word that was Messiah, only meant really a teacher or someone who had an awareness and was teaching us more, right? It wasn't this energetic being that was taking away the sins of the world. Those are all theological additions to Jeshua's teachings many years later. Jeshua's teaching was all about love and compassion, about living a life in joy and being kind to one another and not caring about the societal ideologies. Nowadays we have the argument between people who, talk about being woke or not being woke, or we have all these societal ideologies that change our environment. What Jeshua said was throw all that away. Before all of the religions, before all of the ideas, before all of the societal stuff, was just living I am. Before Abraham was, I am. Abraham is the representation of Judaic religion in Jeshua's time. To say before Abraham was means before there was a religion, there was I am. And what's so interesting about Jeshua's love is I am loving, I am caring, I am joyful. That is a creation within itself. The core teachings of Jeshua are love unconditionally, to love everyone equally. Don't not worry about race, creed, gender, societal status, where they live in the world. If they're on the wrong side of a border, just simply love unconditionally. It means without a condition. There are no conditions that it can be placed upon love, and that was the love that Jeshua was teaching, was being that unconditionally loving self. The second thing is that you are divine. You are the one who has the ability to affect the world around you. You're the one who has the ability to be love and compassion in the now. And being that love and compassion in the now means that you are one with God because God is love. So that's the simplicity of your divinity, is understanding that you affect your world. You create your world in positive ways around you simply by what you sow, you reap. What is around you, be the love to see the love, basically. Being the love comes down to the concept of having faith. Now, in Christianity, they messed this up theologically. They've said it's faith in Jesus or faith in Jeshua. Well, the thing is that doesn't come into play until Paul starts saying that everything goes through the death and resurrection of Jesus. If you look at what is attributed to Jeshua in the Bible, you find out very quickly that he never says, come to him. He says, go to God. You and God are one. The kingdom of heaven is within you. He talks about you having this power. And faith means belief. Faith only means belief. Christians theologically will say that it means faith in Jesus. But that's not what the word means. The word means belief. If you have faith, means you believe it. And that concept of having that power within you, that faith within you, is what gives you the ability to use your divinity to deliver love. You have that power within you to believe things into reality, because this outer world is just an expression of your belief. What you sow, you reap. And so the simplicity of this comes down to that you can create in every moment. But the problem is most people create fearfully. They look at the world as a potential threat, and they have to think and believe and put faith in these fearful things. But Jeshua taught to live without fear, to be fearless. That was his whole concept, is release your fear. Now this ties right into what the Buddha said. The Buddha said the secret to enlightenment is the eradication of fear. The Sufis say, the veil between us and God is our fear, and our life is a struggle against the fear. We can overcome our fear. Even in the Bible, in the Psalms, I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. He talked about releasing fear, not being afraid. Do not be afraid. Jeshua says this many times in the New Testament. Do not be afraid. Choose love over fear. Be the overcoming power of that love that's within you. Trust in that you are divine and that you can deliver that love. No matter what the stimulus is coming to you, no matter what potential threat you think you're experiencing, be the love within yourself, because that love within yourself is the direct power of your divinity. It's that kingdom of heaven within you, the Father and you being one. It's right there within you. Understand that when someone comes at you and does something against you in a way that is detrimental or harmful or unloving, forgiveness is freedom. Let them go. Turn the other cheek. Let it move on its way. Because the reality of it is the way you react to that stimulus, the way you react to that experience, is either fearful or loving. And loving would say, okay, you messed up, or we messed up, or this didn't go well. But you move on. Because if you stay dwelling in that idea of that wrong that's been done unto you, then all you're doing is reliving that. You're creating the Groundhog Day, like the Bill Murray movie. You're going to live the same day over and over again because you're focused behind you. You're focused on the negative. You don't move forward if you're always looking back, or you'll just run into a tree. That's what Robin Williams said when they asked him to do a Mork and Mindy reunion. Forgive. The past is done. Release it. Let it go. It happened. Treat it as information. Don't treat it as an anchor on your boat keeping you from sailing forward.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com.
Jeshua talked about not judging one another. Judgment is a fear. It's a hierarchy. It's the antithesis of love, because it's creating a person beneath you. If you're judging, that means you're putting yourself on a pedestal and judging them as less than. If they're judging you, they're doing the same to you. It's not about equality and loving one another. It's not about that oneness of humanity. It's not about all being part of the one God. It's about judging one another to make ourselves feel powerful, to make ourselves feel strong, or for them to exert power over you, that judgment. But you don't have to react to that judgment, and you don't have to deliver that judgment. People will live in a way that they expect everyone to believe the same as they. But you don't have to. You don't have to be the person who says, I am living into this. I am living this life for them. I am living, based upon their judgment of me. If you do that, you're living their life and not your own. And holding judgment on others is like telling the world that you're a judgmental person. It's telling the world that you think you're better than they are. That idea of judgment is so prolific in religions nowadays, especially Catholicism. Catholicism is the most judgmental religion I've ever seen across the world. I see it in my own family. The ones who are devoutly Christian think they're so much better than everybody else in the family because of their belief. And that's completely against what Jeshua taught. Love one another. He didn't say love one another if they're Christian. He didn't say love one another if they believe the same as you. He simply said love one another. He didn't say judge them for not thinking the same as you. Going back to that faith idea, ask and ye shall receive. Understand that you have the power of creation right in the palm of your hand. You have the power of creation right here in the now. And that power of creation that you have right here in the now means that you can ask the universe, ask God, ask the substance. Einstein said the imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. The thing is, you go from imagination to faith to belief. People don't know what ask and you shall receive means because they don't understand how we ask. We ask with our belief, and our beliefs are the beginning, the impetus of the experience of our life around us. And when we come to that place of realizing that our beliefs are the asking, then we come to the place of understanding we can create an experience simply by choosing the beliefs we're choosing to live or to believe. And the interesting thing about beliefs themselves is the beliefs only happen in the present. They only happen in the now. The past is a collection of present moment memories. The future is just a place where you set goals for the next present moment. Every experience of your life has happened in the present moment. And so you only live in one moment. And in this moment, you have the power of creation. Take no thought for tomorrow. It's right out of the Bible. Don't think about tomorrow. Think about today. Be here in the now. Trusting the divine timing and focus on the now. It's not about timing. It's about literally believing in the now. Amen means so be it. It means right here, right now, it's done. When you thank for something, it's because you believe you're receiving it. Thank you because you know it's happening. You believe it. That belief is creating the experience. The other thing is that this present moment belief that you have is simply a choice, and you can choose. Now, one of the things that I often hear from people in my private sessions is that they're looking for purpose. They're looking for a way to serve. Service to others is one of the core teachings of Jeshua. Love one another. That's the last commandment. I leave you one commandment. Love one another. Love one another. And that's serving others. That means seeing someone in need, and if you have the means, you help them. Sometimes that's just simply giving a smile, letting people know they're seen, that they're not lost or in the movie Chicago, Mr. Cellophane, he's there but not seen. And when you look at it, those simple acts of kindness that you deliver, those smiles, those door holdings, those little things that you do ripple out in the world. They feel better because someone saw them. That service unto others literally changes the world around them. And that starts with you putting that ripple into that water, putting that direction. I often say you can't save the world, but you can make your part of the world so bright the world chooses to save itself around you. You have the opportunity to choose to be the light. You have the opportunity to let your light shine before men. That's in the Bible. Let your light shine before men. Be the love, be the compassion, be the joy, be that expression of a living love. Live as an example of love and find your personal truth and live it fully. And if your personal truth is judging others, then I would question that personal truth, because truth is a feeling. It's not a superiority feeling. It's simply a feeling. It's love. We try to label feelings. We try to wrap our minds around feelings. But words are imperfect. Words are not something that can define a feeling, because a feeling is indescribable, because words are imperfect. And that idea of you simply just being the joyful, loving light. Let's go back to these core teaching of Jeshua. Love unconditionally. Don't look at others with judgment or hate or division. Understand that the power is within you. You are divine. And your belief in yourself, your faith is power, and faith only means belief. Release your fear, live without fear, be that expression of love without fear, because fear is an illusion of love's absence, and you have the ability to release that fear. You know, forgiveness is your freedom. Release the struggles of the past. Let them go. Forgive. Give love first. Give love first. And if you can do that, then you're going to find that you can release the past and you can create anything in your life. You know, understand that judgment's going to hold you back because it's not being the teachings of Jeshua. It's not being the light. It's not being the equal person. You know, he washed his disciples' feet to show that he was no better than they. That judgment means that you're setting yourself apart or above. And that's antithetical to everything he taught. The concept that you are the creator of your experience, ask and you shall receive, is core to his teachings, that you are creating from your experience. And you have the ability to change that life now. And you can do that simply by being the love and living fully in the present. But you get to ask, you get to create, you get to have the power of creation just in your very present moment thoughts. Live into that present moment. That present moment belief that you live into is creating the divinity within yourself, which allows you to create a more loving world. And then you take that love and you use it to serve others. Take that love, use it to serve others, and that service of others creates ripple effects into the world, and you become the light. You become the thing that made them see a different world. You become the experience of a greater outcome because you have chosen to be the light and not judge and lift them up rather than knock them down. And my friends, if these basic teachings of Jeshua mean anything to you, or you believe in them, or you have trust in them, then I'm gonna ask you to do one thing. Don't just think of them as concepts. Don't just think of them as ideas. Go out in the world and live them. Go out in the world and show your love and compassion to others. Literally, it's not hard. It's just a choice. Live your normal life, but as you interact with others, love them. Give them a smile. Tell them how nice their hair looks. Tell them they have a beautiful set of shoes. You know, whatever it is, tell them that their child is beautiful. Tell them that you know that they're good and that they're beautiful. Let them know that they're safe with you. Give them a place to rest in the love of God, and you get to be the one who's delivering God because you are delivering the love. You're being the light in the here and now. So don't just take these as concepts. Take these as marching orders from your own divinity within. Go out, deliver your love to the world, because that is the quickest way that we can change this world and overcome the people who are peddling fear. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.